when Moshe Rabbeinu introduces the Jewish people to the fact that Bezalel will be in charge of the construction of the Mishkan, he doesn't just say Bezalel. He says, see that Hashem has called out by name Bezalel ben Uri and Hur l'matei Yehuda. Bezalel, the son of Uri, the grandson of Hur from the tribe of Yehuda. Why does it go through his lineage at this point? It's an interesting question. Mefarshim say different things. I'd like to share with you an idea from the Meshech Chochmah. The Meshech Chochmah says, do you know what runs through the lineage of Bezalel? Mesiras Nefesh. Mesiras Nefesh means being willing to give of oneself in a very dramatic way, maybe sometimes even being willing to risk one's very life for the sake of serving Hashem, doing what's right. So we talk about the fact that Bezalel was l'matei Yehuda. That's part of the pasuk. He's from the tribe of Yehuda. Mesiras Nefesh is a fundamental part of the history of the tribe of Yehuda, because we're taught that Nachshon ben Aminadav, the head of the tribe of Yehuda, was the first one to go into the water at the splitting of the sea. And only because he went in, not yet having seen the sea split, did the sea begin to split. He didn't know what was going to happen, but he believed it was time to go based on what Moshe said, and he took his chances because he felt it was right, and someone had to go, and it would be him. That's in general the tribe of Yehuda. Bezalel's grandfather was Hur. Hur we know about from last week's parsha. There's a medrash that says that before Aaron agreed to help the Jewish people build the golden calf, Hur tried to stop them and insisting that we can't do such things, that this is in violation of the commandments of Hashem. And Hur was killed by the group. That's what the Medrash tells us. So Hur, the grandfather of Bezalel, did lose his life in Mesiras Nefesh, in standing up for what was correct. And says the Meshech Chochmah, it's so significant that a person from this tribe and a grandson of Hur should be the one to lead the building of the Mishkan. Why? Because the psukim continue when Moshe Rabbeinu speaks about Bezalel. He speaks about the tremendous wisdom with which Hashem has imbued Bezalel. And the Meshech Chochmah says that actually, if you think about it, Mesiras Nefesh, being willing to risk it all for the sake of what's right, and Chachma and wisdom actually don't mesh so well. Because there's always going to be an argument. There's always going to be a reason why it shouldn't be me, or why it shouldn't be anyone. It's going to be very hard, suggests the Meshech Chochmah, to give up one's life purely in the realm of the rational, of the intellectual. At some point, to have real Mesiras Nefesh, a person has to put their mind aside and listen to their heart, and just do what's right. Says the Meshech Chochmah, Bezalel came from a tribe and from a person that were all about Mesiras Nefesh, and putting their wisdom aside, setting their wisdom aside. And in the merit of that, Bezalel is given remarkable wisdom. These people used and didn't use the wisdom in the proper contexts, so they merited a descendant that would have exceptional wisdom. And it's an interesting thing for all of us to think about. We're a people of great intellect. We're people of studying sources, and that's in many ways what Torah is about. But in the end of the day, at some moment, there has to be a sense of, I'm doing this because it's what I'm supposed to do. Whether or not I fully understand, whether or not I can come up with a counter argument. It's how we tap in to the great legacy of so many great people who came before us. Have a wonderful Shabbos.